welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. I was at my girlfriend's house the other day and we were having like wine and, you know, just a little hangout sesh or whatever. And she made the most delicious, like antipasti, appetizer type charcuterie board, whatever. And on it was this salad, and it was this like Mediterranean salad. It was so good that I had to come share it with you guys. I asked her like, how do you make it? What do I do? Tell me everything. I have to do it. So you can choose to peel or not peel your cucumber, and you can like cut it up any way you like. I'm just cutting it into like little bite-sized chunks, and I like to give just a little bit of a peel to mine. That's my preference. You don't have to peel. So I'm just doing, obviously I'm just eyeballing, just doing a little cucumber. I don't know how much. Some, I guess it depends on how much you make. The ratios here aren't that important, I don't think. Like, she didn't give me any ratios. She just told me what was in there, and I kind of put it in, and then we're going to figure it out. And we'll taste along the way to see. So I've got a little bit of cucumber. Then she had these delicious green olives. These are like Italian green olives. I love them. Hold on. I remember when I saw all those like pickle and olive like strainer devices, and I was like, oh, that's so ridiculous. Like, you just pull the olives out. And now that I'm using olives all the time, I'm like, God, I wish I had one of those strainer things so I get the olives out of here. So I'm just gonna put, I'll show you when I get them in here. I'm just gonna put like equal parts olives to cucumber in here. So although we're gonna do another type of olive, so maybe I shouldn't put quite so many. So little olive, little cucumber. Then I've got some pit. Those don't have any pits in them, although I think hers did have pits in them. And then here's some pitted Kalamata. So this is more of like a Greek olive. Oh, and I love them. Absolutely. This isn't like a salad you sit down and eat with like a fork type vibes. This is like for a charcuterie or a little like antipasti platter with some cheese, some salami. You know the drill. Okay, some Kalamata olives. I feel like I do need a smidge more cucumber now. Let me put a little more cucumber. I love a little appetizer like this. And when we were eating it, and I was like, this is so delicious. And I was asking her like how else she prepares it. She says sometimes she makes it into like a tapenade where she chops up the olives. And then that had me thinking, you know, this would make a great pasta salad dressing. So we're definitely going to do that. And then I was thinking this would make a great dense bean salad dressing, which we could also do that. It's just so great when you find something that's really delicious and then you can kind of expand on it and be creative. And that's what I try to teach here more than recipes, is just a little bit of creativity. Okay, I think that's maybe a little bit better ratio. I don't think she had this much cucumber in hers, but I can't handle all that salt, so it's better for me to have like a blend here. I don't know how necessary it is, but she told me she buys this crumbled feta cheese from Trader Joe's, and it has Mediterranean herbs in it, whatever that means. Could you use regular crumbled feta and put some Mediterranean herbs in it? Absolutely. How much? I don't know. That's how much I had left in this container. That seems like the appropriate amount. We'll stir it up and we'll see. You know, a little feta. Who doesn't love a little feta? Yeah, that looks good to me. If you like more feta, add more feta. You know how the drill is around here. It's your kitchen. Now what I think really was a difference maker is these snacking chickpeas. They're honey roasted. First of all, they're delicious for just what they say, snacking. They're like, they're like honey roasted peanuts, which I miss so much because I'm allergic to nuts. Did I just spit? Oh my God. And there's 5 grams of fiber and 4 grams of plant protein. I love that. So just sprinkle on some of those. And mine got a little busted up, so there's like powder. But I think that's just gonna be good. I don't think that's bad. I think it's gonna be good. Let me see where I'm at ratio wise. Give it a little stir. Because I was like, there's like this subtle sweetness. And she's like, I think it's these honey roasted chickpeas. And maybe, but she did something else that I think added a subtle sweetness as well. So obviously this is savory, right? Olives are salty and savory, and cucumber is salty and savory, and cheese is salty and savory. Then you have like these little crunchy, like honey chickpeas. And then just a little olive oil. I'm using a finishing oil, which is a little bit higher quality than like a cooking oil. It's got really great olive flavor, which is perfect because, hello, it's an olive salad, okay? She used a white balsamic that she bought at Temecula Winery. And I bought a white balsamic and I tried it. And it was delicious, but it didn't have that like subtle sweetness that hers had. And I was like, it's just not quite right. So instead, by the same company. So it's not like this is delicious. But I'm going to get the balsamic reduction. So this is like the balsamic reduce. And so it really intensifies not just the like incredible balsamic flavor, but the sweetness. Okay. So we're going to drizzle some of that here. Everything here is pretty salty, but you could do a little salt and a little pepper to benefit those cucumbers, right? Like obviously the olives are salty and the chickpeas have a little salt and the feta is salty. So there's a lot of salt going on here, but maybe if you get a cucumber and you don't get a piece of olive, the cucumber is maybe not gonna have much flavor. So a little salt and pepper, don't get crazy with it. The white balsamic made it prettier because of obviously the dark balsamic, you can see it. Now, you could totally do like pita bread or pita chips or whatever, but she just had it in a beautiful little bowl. And I was just eating it with a fork and it's so delicious. I'm going to taste it right now for you. Hold on. I know she's not a looker, but she is a taster, okay? And it came as a surprise to me too. I was like, oh my God, why is this so delicious? And I just kept eating it, which is probably not good. But you could chop this up and put it on toast. You could make it into a pasta salad, which we will totally do because it's delicious. It's salty, it's sweet, it's savory, it's vinegary, like it's just all the things. It's a little crunchy. Like I said, it's not really intended to be eaten with like a fork. It's really should be like on a little antipasto platter with some salami and some cheese, but I'm just addicted to it. Obviously, if I was making it for you, I wouldn't be sticking my dirty fork in here. But this is just for me. So 25 out of 10, I recommend. And we're gonna make like 5 other things with it because it's so good. I'm like inspired to put it on everything. Yum.